All right, shalom. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to YAHAWAH, BaHa YAHWASHI, BaHa QADASH. That is the true name of the Heavenly Father and the only begotten Son. I'd like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace, safety, and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3, THAWADAH, the house of David. And I'd like to say THAWADAH, YAHAWASHI, forgive me the inspiration through the Holy Spirit to do this lesson. All right, THAWADAH, YAHAWASHI. And as the title reads, The Sinful History of Christianity. All right, and I got a couple articles that I was able to find through the Spirit, okay, through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. And I have some scriptures I would like to go into, more of a compare and contrast with the history of Christianity, even to this day. And I'd like to go and use the Bible to show you, all right, of the men, all right, the Edomites, who you know as the Europeans, how they did not live up to the standard of what the Bible tells us to live by, but they used the name of Christianity to rape, pillage, rob, murder, steal, extort, okay, all in the name of God and Jesus. But, you know, what we're going to find out today through the Spirit is the religion of Christianity is sinful and hateful in the eyes of God. So, yes, who you know as God hates Christianity. And that was the original title that I wanted to use it. But, you know, the Spirit led me to this. So let's just jump right into it. Let me make sure the audio and video is good. All right. So I got an article I want to share with you, brothers and sisters. And if you are a true, okay, a true humble servant of who you ignorantly call God, and you believe that you are a Christian, then you need to look at the facts and the history behind European Christianity and what has been done to so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you should be offended, okay, because I was reading this article and I was highly offended, you know, what I came across. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so what I want to do here, I would like to use this as my focal point. Now, right here, it says some examples of Christian genocide. Okay, I feel that this is not expressed or talked about. Now, I had did a lesson, I believe last week. Let's see. I did a lesson last week. I don't even know how to get to my, okay. Right here, I did a lesson called Let's Talk About Christianity and Native Americans. Now, I pulled out some fun facts, but I didn't dive deep into it. And I also mentioned, in particular, Israelite man that was burned at the stake. And I found that information. His name is Hatui. So what I want to do is kind of go a little deeper today. I don't want to make this long, but I do have points that I believe need to be made. All right. Now let's start off with the scriptures, unlike Christians. Okay. Let's start off with scriptures, unlike Christianity. We use the Bible as our filtration system when it comes to thought, speech, breakdowns. Okay. This is Ecclesiastes 3:15. It says, that which has been is now, and that which is to be has already been. And God, Yahawah B'Shem Al-Shai, requires that which is past. So let's go into some past history of early European Christianity in the Americas. Okay, let's go into some past history of early European Christianity in America. And what I found is very disgusting. Okay, what I found to be very disgusting. And I mean, what they have done to the Israelites, each tribe has its own history, okay, of terrible genocide by European Christians. And your European Christians are Edomites, okay? So it says, let's see, it says European Christians began to spread the word more widely. So Christians came to the Americas to spread the word. All right. And if you didn't know, let's see, where is it? I had it queued up. If you didn't know, the Bible that was brought to the Americas, they used the Geneva Bible. So what I would like to do today is I would like to go into the Geneva Bible and let's see if there's certain laws or practices that it speaks about. Like, I'll give you a good one. Let's go right here. Let's go to Matthew's. Okay, we can go to Leviticus, but I would like to show you the same energy that Christians try to use us today about love, 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 right? That's what they always tell us, love. So did the early European Christians show love to their neighbor? This is what this lesson is going to be today. It's going to compare and contrast the same doctrine that you try to push on us. Was that what they were doing back then? Let's go here. Matthew's 22. Matthew's 22. All right. All right. Matthew's 22, the Geneva Bible. This is what they came with. Okay. They came with the Geneva Bible. The Pilgrims arrived in 1620 and brought with them the Geneva Bible, not the King James. So they used the Geneva Bible. So we're going into the Geneva Bible, and let's go down to the 39th verse, and let's see if they lived up to this. Geneva Bible, Matthews 22 and 39. And the second is like unto this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Let's see if Christians came here and loved their neighbors like they love themselves. Let's see. It says, European Christians, Edomite European Christians, began to spread the word more widely. Europeans had rediscovered the Canary Isles, known to the ancients in 1336. The native people called the, I don't even want to try to pronounce it, became subject to a Christian monarch. They originally numbered between 80,000 and 100,000, but within 200 years, they had been wiped out. This style of cultural interaction between Christian Europe and the lands to the west and south was to become a regular pattern. So once Christianity came over to the Americas, the people in the Americas that were being introduced to Christianity were being wiped out by a large margin of numbers. Okay, it says Christopher Columbus was a devout Christian. So here we have Columbus was a devout Christian. In his book of prophecies, he made it clear that he felt himself to have been chosen by God. And you were chosen. Okay, you were chosen by God to be the wicked. Okay, you were chosen by God to be the Lord's sword. Okay, on the left-hand side. Now let's get Proverbs. Okay, you were chosen, but you weren't chosen to be righteous. Proverbs 16 and 4. The Lord has made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Christopher Columbus, in his Christian crusade and missionaries, was completely evil, and they did not walk in the example, what we are told in the Bible by who you call God and also who you call Jesus. But this spirit is told to us today. People like Vocab, people that come to camp, they tell us that we're supposed to love our neighbors. Did the early European Christians, did they love their neighbors? Did they live by the Christian views that you people hold today, which is just love? No. And let's keep reading to find out. It says, in later life, he sometimes wore the habit of Franciscan. His vocation was partly to find gold to finance a new crusade against the Muslims, blah, blah, blah. It says Christianity to benighted heathen, the winning of new souls for God. This is what Christianity, this is what they'll tell you, right? So let's just keep jumping down. Okay, look at this. It says the native Tainos soon discovered the ramification of this. Christians kidnapped Taino boys for slaves and Taino women for concubines. Wait a minute. So the early European Christians, when they came to spread the word of Christianity, they spread it by kidnapping for slaves and women for concubines. They hunted Taino men with dogs for sport, then killed them. Public burnings at the stakes were introduced. So were clipping of noses and ears and the lopping off of limbs. A form of slavery was introduced under euphemistic name. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that word. But the point right here I want is that they would kidnap. Now, what does the Bible say about that? Let's go to the Geneva. Let's go to the Geneva Bible that they used, right? And even, let's see, and even Columbus, look at this. Columbus even used the Apocrypha, Vocab. They even had the Apocrypha with them. See that? So let's go into the Geneva, okay? Let's go into the Geneva. And let's go to right here. Let's go to Exodus, okay? And let's go to 21, all right? Let's go to Exodus 21, speaking about kidnapping. Exodus 21, let's jump right to 16. It says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, if he be found with him, shall die the death. He shall be put to death. Because when you go to the KJV, all right, let's go to the KJV just to get more edification on this matter pertaining to a law. The laws are a way of life. All right, the do's and don'ts, right? Ordinances for the people. Let's see if early European Christians lived up to the ordinances of who you call God, like they try to tell us today, right? Isn't that what Christians tell us today? You need a love. This isn't the gospel. Did your early European Christians bring the gospel? Exodus 21 and 16, and he that stealeth a man, where is it? Right here. Christians kidnap Taino boys for slaves. Exodus 21 and 16, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Why were not the early European Christians, the forefathers of American Christian today, okay? Western Christianity forefathers, the ones that brought the light, that brought the gospel, that brought civilization to the Americas of who you called savages. Why were they acting out in a savage-like manner? Why were they not living to the standard or the parameter, okay, of what is told in the Bible? They had the Bible. They came with the Bible. They brought the Bible over. Columbus was a devout Christian, as it says. And he even had the Apocrypha to find the Americas. So why were they not sticking to the standard of the Bible when they had the Bible? This is a question that needs to be brought up daily for Christians and Christianity alike. And let me tell you, the spirit that Christians came in, okay, who you call God hates. So let's hold this up as the focal point, okay? And let's see if Christianity did what God hates. These 6 things does the Lord YAHAWAH, BaHa YAHWASHI hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination. Let's see. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. Did it say that they kidnapped innocent Taino boys? Christians kidnap Taino boys for slaves. Does the Bible speak about slaves? Absolutely. And let me share this, THAWADAH, brother. Let me share this for you, brothers and sisters. I did not think to do that. So THAWADAH to the brother that asked, GmsGabar Azal. So let me share this with you, brothers and sisters, all right? My Israelite brothers and sisters, the saints of YAHWASHI, okay? This is a dark history that our people have gone through. Here's the link right here, okay? Here's a link right here, you see? So let's go back. Terrible, disgusting. I was offended. I was offended reading this, man. And how dare these Christians today, you American Edomite Christians today, how dare you tell me love? When have you shown love? When have you used the Bible? When have you walked in the Bible, what the Bible tells us? Let's keep going. It says they hunted Taino men with dogs for sport. For sport. They killed them. Wait a minute. But where in the Bible does it tell you to hunt with dogs? Okay. Now, we have prophecies that we understand for judgment, but you didn't come in that manner. You came to shed the light of God to these savage-like people. But why did you show a savage-like nature to these people that you were supposed to civilize? It says, so we're clipping of noses and ears and lopping off limbs. Wait a minute. Lopping off limbs? Well, do you know the true history of Wolverine? Watch this. Watch this. Let's put Galvarino. Watch this. Look at this. Galvarino, legendary Mapuche warrior with swords for arms. Galvarino had his arms cut off by early European Christians, and then he went back to his village. He tied swords to his hands after he healed and came back and went to war with Edomites. See, they cut off his limbs because he didn't want to accept Christianity. See, so the American The American X-Men Wolverine, that actually was history of an Israelite whose arms were cut off by early Christian Europeans. See that? The 1500s Mapuche warrior Galvarino had both hands cut off as punishment for defying the Spanish, right? The Spanish, because what were they pushing? Christianity. It says he returned home, raised an army, and fought the Spanish with blades tied to the stubs of his arms. And that is where you get the classic X-Men Wolverine today. See, this is where they get it from. See, terrible history, terrible. Let's keep going. We have much to read. It says lopping off limbs, a form of slavery, was introduced under. It says if a recalcitrant, I'm sorry, brothers, Tainos killed a Christian. If a Taino were to kill a Christian, 100 Tainos would be killed in retribution. Sometimes the Tainos would be hanged from the gallows, then fires lit underneath them. They were roasted alive in groups of 13 in honor of reverence for our Redeemer and the 12 apostles. So early European Christians would murder Taino men, women, and children in a certain number to reverence who they call Jesus and then the 12 apostles. That is sickening. That is sickening to read. Proverbs 6:16. These 6 things does the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue. Early European Christians came over lying. Okay, they came over lying because they said they came to introduce the world to the light of God, to the love of God, right? To love. Now, is hanging and lighting fires, is that loving your neighbor? Is that loving your neighbor, or is that murder? Does the Bible speak about murder? Well, let's go to the Geneva Bible. Let's go to the Bible that they brought over here. They brought over the Geneva Bible. Let's go to Genesis. And in Genesis, let's check out chapter 9. Let's see what the Bible says about murder. Genesis 9:6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, cutting off noses, cutting off limbs, that's a lot of blood being shed. Having a dog chase men like they do today in America. Your American police are Christians, right? And then they use their dogs to bite people, right? Is that not shedding blood? Why, when we read the history of Christianity in the Americas, why are they going against what was commanded by God? I need an explanation from a Christian today. Explain why you were not living by the standard in the book that you brought over to put on these people. See, it says, whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of the Most High has he made man. So why were early European Christians destroying the image of God? Why were you destroying the image of God by hanging, raping, murdering, burning, cutting, biting, and shedding their blood? But you came to bring the glorious gospel. You came to bring the glorious gospel. See, the early European Christianity, God hates. The modern day Christianity, God hates. Did you know that? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob hates European Christianity, modern day Christianity. It's all a lying tongue, and it's hands that shed innocent blood. Early European Christianity came here and shed innocent blood, and that's something who you call God hates. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. It says the new Christian masters picked up infants, held them by their feet, and smashed their brains out against rocks. Early European Christians came to the Americas to spread the gospel by grabbing infant babies by their feet and smashing their brains against the rocks. Is that not murder? Is that not murder? Why were early European Christians coming to the Americas and murdering these Israelite people? But then you stand here today, and you tell us, I remember he went to One Body YAHWASHI. He said, are you gonna kill babies? What should have been asked is, did early European Christians kill babies? Excuse me, did they murder babies? But then you stand here and you come up to these men. I mean, man, brothers, can you see this? This is insane that you think that you have the energy to bring the Bible when you look at the history of what you've done with the Bible. You've used the Bible to murder. You've stood on the Bible to murder. Esau, you used the Bible to murder. Let's go to some law. Let's see if Christians live by this. Let's see if they live by this. Let's go to Leviticus 24. Man, why does not Christianity, why are they not living by the Bible? Accuracy, you can trust. We can't trust you, bro. You're a murderer. Leviticus 24 and 17. It says, look, an eye for an eye, and he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. You are killing. So by rights, according to the Bible, all of you are to be put to death. It says, by the time Columbus returned to Spain, Galvarino, the Spaniards, returned to Spain in 1496, he had not managed to convert a single Taino. See, you're not going to convert us with your lies, murder, rape, and robbery, but you will use the excuse of, I'm trying to spread the gospel to murder, to kill, like Vocab. Vocab uses Christianity to spread white supremacy. Vocab uses Christianity to spread hate. Vocab uses Christianity, all right, to spread a lying tongue of doctrine. It says partly through wanton murder and partly through infectious disease brought from Europe. So the early European Christians brought diseases, but you're supposed to be cleansed. Wait a minute. It says he that takes heed to the word, Psalms 119. Hey, you are on trial right here. Psalms 119:9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. So when we look into history, clearly who called themselves Christian did not take heed to the word. Therefore, they were not cleansed, which makes sense why they came and brought disease. You are not cleansed. You are not fit to be holding the Bible, and you clearly do not listen to the Bible, nor do you walk in the instructions of the Bible. And does the Bible say that there would be godless people like that? Does the Bible say that there would be men like that on earth? God, the judge of the righteous and the wicked. Does the Bible talk about wicked, rebellious, evil men? Absolutely. Psalms 50 and 16. But on the contrary, what you live by, actually, the Most High hates. What you live by, the Most High says you're going to be judged. Let's see it. But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Right, Columbus, Christians, early Europeans, Christian missionaries. What did you do to declare the statutes? Or that thou should taketh my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hateth instruction and casteth my words behind thee. That's what you did. You came over with the Bible, but then you casted the righteous instructions behind your back, and you went on your own brigade of wicked judgment. You went on your own onslaught of wrath and evil and vile, abominable nature. And you shed your lies and you spread your wickedness and you claim to have done it in the name of God and Jesus. And then you stand here today on stolen land. You stand here today on stolen land with an arrogance and a spirit of pride, as if what we're saying is a lie and what you have is truth. The audacity. But what you are is Edomites. This is what Edomites would do. Okay. Edomites would speak lawfully